The Rossville Consolidated School Board okays guns on school property.
News 18's Holly Campbell explains why the superintendent says it's a decision that came down from the state and was not made by the school.
Rossville Consolidated School District is the first school system in Clinton County to okay guns on school grounds.
What the board approved was complying with the law, which allows a patron to store their gun or firearm in their locked vehicle.
It was a decision Superintendent Jim Hanna says was out of the corporation's hands.
The state legislature made that allowance, so we had to follow the law.
In March, Governor Mike Pence signed into law a step to allow guns on school property. Guns must be out of sight and locked inside cars. The person must have a permit to carry the firearm. State Representative Sheila Klinker says the move to legalize guns on school property came after a man was charged with a felony when a gun was visible inside of his car while visiting a school near Indianapolis.
It was not loaded, but it still was showing. The resource officer was very concerned about that because it was not locked up, and he received a Class C felony.
Hanna says he wanted to keep the old policy, no guns allowed on school grounds.
I would have preferred that they were not be allowed on school grounds. I think it makes things safer. I know you have the argument the other way, but the legislature is the one that made that decision. It's not in our hands locally to make that decision anymore.
Klinker says she supports the move and says it tightens up gun laws.
But actually, it causes people to not bring guns on property unless they definitely have a permit, and it must be under lock.
The law goes into effect July 1st. Guns are still prohibited inside of schools. Holly Campbell, News 18.